and that you're doing it, anyone who is around you feels it, and you're giving other people permission, because we're living in a time that it's so scary. I mean, now when I go out to wear something like this, or if I wear something else like, oh, don't wear that, we're going here, or that's an invitation to men. And it's not an invitation to men, and is a stand on who you are. You're just being fabulous, and you want to go out and you want to be you.
Yes.
So there's got to be a balance of how can we express ourselves or dress sexy without being considered a whore, or look at her, she deserves to be raped because look at how she dressed, or look at her behavior.
And no matter what you look like, what you dress like, nobody deserves to have something taken away from them, least of all their sexuality. Like I say, I could be with you right here, right now, and go all the way to like touching your privates and go, no, I don't want it. And if you force yourself upon me, you have still raped me. People don't understand that we have the power to say no, but I think the big thing that's missing is that we don't celebrate sexuality. We don't celebrate looking beautiful. If you dress, like you said, like this, then you're a hoe.
Yeah.
Why can't I dress beautiful and show the things that I have, the beautiful things that I was given? I mean, they always say, what is it, flaunt what you got, know what you got, you know what I mean? Show your money makers.
Yes.
But honestly, like it took me so long to really honor who I was.
But this is just, when I just moved here, I was auditioning and I was getting all these commercials. I was in one of the #1 commercials that went viral. From that, I met some big director in the commercial world, and he was king. He brought me in his room and plucked me out of 100 people and said, I want to make you a star. You've got that equality and this and that. Then he took me in his room. Oh, he had me eat with his wife, a pregnant woman, beautiful, gorgeous. And then he takes me into a room and says, you know, will you go down on me, basically? And undid his pants, and I'm like, we were just with your wife, and he's like, oh, but she's pregnant. She can't have sex right now. Then I'm like, but I'm gonna make you a star. And it's just like, okay. And I just walked out, and that really ended my acting career, because that was like the straw that broke the camel's back, because I was getting that so much. And it was, well, look how you're dressed, or look what you're wearing, or you want to be an actress. That's just part of the deal of being an actress. You know, and it's just like, oh my God, I hate it. And coming from a Middle Eastern background, and so the Latinas, Middle Easterners, all of us have that. So being with someone like you who just says, no, express it. When I'm around you, I feel sexy, and I feel, oh my God, I can do that. And we were taught sex was shameful. Don't have sex, don't have premarital sex, don't have a one-night stand. You can't do it. You can never express yourself sexually unless you're married.
Yes.
And even then, it's like those cultures usually, once you're married and have kids, they don't want you anymore. And I was just like, oh my God. And I just got in from San Diego. I'm very Arab, my dad's voice is my Uncle Habib and Uncle Azawi. I'm like, I can't do this. And I left, and I never got a commercial again, and I didn't work. It was so hard. And my agent said, I don't know what happened. And I never told her because of shame. Right. We were taught you're not allowed to speak about I never talked about it until Me Too came out. My husband didn't even know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just because there's so much. So what do you do about shame? And being in your presence, I'm like, oh my God, you're helping lift that away too.
It's interesting because I spent so much of my life in shame. And then one day I woke up and I was like, if everything I've done so far has gotten me here, what would I need to do to be different? And I knew that I could not succeed and could not be this beautiful woman if I stayed in that place of shame. I was shamed because I do like sex, and I was excited to have sex. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I got raped. I got gang raped because I wanted to have sex. Like, I put myself in this situation. But no matter what we do, we've never put ourselves in a situation to deserve to be taken advantage of. And with everything that's going on right now, I mean, it's coming out in epic proportions of how many people can say me too, both men and women, me too, me too, me too. I'm overwhelmed with what's happening on Facebook right now and across the country. It's like, it's overwhelming. And so the thing that I believe and what I feel has to change in our society, and especially in America, we are still living in a very puritanical society where sex is shameful. Dirty is wrong. And I keep saying I've got to take the dirt out of dirty and make it sexy, because we're built to connect with humans, to be intimate, to love on each other, to experience each other. And we all think that's wrong. Like, in our society, it's wrong to have sex. If you're a man, you can have as much sex as you want. If you're a woman, you're a whore, you're a whore, you're a whore. And for so long, that's what I thought I was. I thought I was only worth sex.
And
That's it.
That's universal.
That's universal. And I was like, at this point, it's like, this has built nothing but shame. And so I starting to take my sexuality back, starting to take control of who and what I was. And the moment I did that, and I took my first lover, and I really, I took that lover, and it changed my life.
But that was your intention, to have a lover. You did not.
It was my intention to honor sexuality within myself. I had never enjoyed sex before. And at this point, it's like 15 years later from the rape, and I had never enjoyed sex. And I was like, something isn't right if I can't enjoy being intimate with a person, with a man, because 3 men raped me. And I said, if I can't be intimate with a man, then something's wrong. And I wanted to take that power back. And so with that lover, it gave me the experience to love my body. He loved my body. And together we shared in something that was so beautiful. And I feel like as we start to crack that nut of like loving sexuality and honoring consensual sex. What do we say? Consent is sexy.
Yes.
It is not sexy to take something from somebody.
No.
It is not sexy to force yourself upon anybody or each other. The only thing that's sexy is when 2 people decide, no matter what your orientation is, decide that I respect you enough that I want to explore your body from head to toe, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
From head to toe.
Yeah.
And we don't enjoy, because if you're taking it from somebody and you're forcing it, you're not even getting pleasure.